Welcome to season 2, episode 5 of I Got Time podcast. Bitch, it's your host, Mrs. Honeybee of the motherfucking highest. What's motherfucking tea? Today's episode is literally about love. It's about unconditional love of self. Loving yourself so motherfucking much that you just cannot help but to be yourself everywhere that you decide to go. Everywhere that you decide to breathe, everywhere your feet takes you, everywhere that you plant them little toe piggies, bitch. See, sometimes I know it's challenging and or difficult. Sometimes I know that you face obstacles or hurdles within yourself, actually, to be your most authentic self. And I really hated that I had to say most authentic, because sometimes I think we have to explain or differentiate or add an adjective to something that is already quite explainable, such as you're most authentic, or be completely honest, when it's like, bitch, just be authentic, just be honest. But because so many motherfuckers be lying, so many further motherfuckers be fucking out here just giving little tinkles, bitch, of lies and things of that sort, and be in situationships and be kind of sortas. We end up in this place where we have to say, are you being 100% honest? Bitch, honesty is honesty. Truth is truth, bitch. Faith is faith. It is what the fuck it actually is. And so I'm a person who has worked very hard to breathe and be in their authenticity as often as one could be in this particular body as the consciousness that I am. But I do also face challenges within myself, and that's because of the programming, the hurdles that I've had to go through in the beginning that have tired me out and put me in a position where I felt like, damn, I'm too exhausted to be myself right now, because I feel like it might come with a little battle or two. It might come with me having to fucking vanquish a demon or three, and I don't really be in the mood for that all the time. Nonetheless, myself is the type of individual that will show up in their authenticity, that will show up in her authenticity, that will show up in his authenticity, bitch, that will show up in their authenticity, regardless of what the fuck it is that I may have to move through in order to feel that I am in my authentic body, being, essence, and presence. When it comes to the truth, when it comes to your authenticity, unconditional self-love is the motherfucking answer. Because when you find it difficult, hard, or challenging to be in your authentic suit, in your authentic essence and or presence, yourself gets into this space of, I love me so unconditionally that my only option is to be in my truth. And the reason why I pressure y'all so much to be in your truth, and why I talk about it so often, and why even I started this shit off as Authentic Burns. Prior it was Insta Burns, and of course now it's I Got Time, and I got time to be fucking authentic specifically. The reason why I pressure y'all so much is because I often hear about what it is that you want to accomplish in life, and what's holding you back and keeping you from being able to do exactly that is your authenticity not coming through. It is your unconditional self-love that's out here being conditional as a motherfucker. I don't really want the conditional journey for y'all, but then again, although I'm a Capricorn, y'all know I'm gonna say it, 6 placements, period, thank you. If you're more than 6 placements, too much. If you're less than 6 placements, you're beneath me. Now, love you bitches, real Capricorn shit. Now, the thing is this, I don't want the conditional journey for y'all, because I understand that when you show up conditionally, you're really operating out of this authentic essence that one would be in when they are trying to people please, specifically these versions of individuals that were your authority figures at the beginning stages of your existence. Now, I get it. Not everybody understands the depths at which they people please unconsciously. And that's why you have a bitch like me on the planet, okay? I'm not letting you get away with nothing. Again, my 6 Capricorn placements, well, 5 of them are all in my 12th house. My 6th Capricorn placement is my rising. I'm really a bad bitch. It's ferocious. It's lethal, bitch. I'm her, him, them, they, us, we, bitch. I'm quite literally every motherfucking thing, every syllable, bitch, and every curvature in every every letter, even the space in between the lowercase I, bitch, I'm all of it. And so, there's also a little space in between that lowercase j, period. Okay. Shout out to the periods on top of those letters. Now, the thing is this, I know that you want to please your parents, or you want to make your ancestors proud, or you feel like there's some type of clout or satisfaction you get from making these individuals that are outside of you feel a certain way that you probably think they don't feel, or that you want them to feel, or that you actually want them to feel, just so that way you could give yourself permission to feel something that you could actually already give yourself permission to motherfucking feel. I want you guys to understand that you don't need anyone's permission outside of you at this stage in your life, because I know if you're listening to me, bitch, you got to be grown, because this is an explicit ass podcast like a motherfucker, bitch. Okay, thank you. Okay. Now I'm saying all the curse words in the world, bitch, because I want you to understand that this motherfucking podcast ain't for kids, bitch, unless you like me, or like my reflections, who also grew up around bitches and motherfuckers. Okay, you grew up watching the Players Club, you grew up listening to motherfuckers curse and cuss all goddamn motherfucking day, bitch. You grew up around motherfuckers that was listening to Trina, Trick Daddy, Lil Kim, fucking even Nicki Minaj, bitch. The motherfuckers, she be out here spitting certain bars too and hitting you with entendres, bitch, doubles, triples, and quadruples, bitch, maybe even quintuplets, that be out here, giving you slick bars, if you will. The Jill Scott version of a rapper. Amen. Although Jill do be rapping as well. But, I just want you to understand that, no, this podcast isn't for kids, but if your kids are listening to this and they cool with cuss words and shit like that, they're going to get some gems and they're going to get some wisdoms, and they probably some old souls anyway. But the thing is this, y'all, I just want you to understand, for real, all jokes aside, your unconditional love of self is so motherfucking important, babe. I really want y'all to thrive in this life, and I want y'all to enjoy yourself. And I've had to learn along my journey of authenticity that a lot of the things that I desired truly, they didn't necessarily make the people that were external of me proud, such as my mom, my dad, my grandparents, my ancestors, and blah, blah, blah. Now, I know now that my inner child is very proud of me. I do have ancestors that are very proud of me. I have kin on the other side, ancestors, I'm not going to call them, but they kin on the other side, that are learning to be proud of me as well, and learning to be proud of themselves. Now, let me also dive a little bit further into that. There are past versions of me, Ashe, that are existing in a time period, a time plane, bitch, and in a reality realm or dimension that are still upset with existence because of what they were not able to be. And I can feel them in my body, but I'm moving through that energy. And those are sometimes the hurdles and obstacles that I face. It's the essence within my presence that is of old versions of self that are still having trouble believing that we are safe and or allowed to be authentic, because they went through such tumultuous experiences that really frightened them to the core, changing their DNA, i.e. having traumatic experiences that made them feel like it is a life or death situation to be in this particular truth. And I would rather be alive, because if I'm alive, then I'm able to potentially change something here on this physical plane. And I want every version of me, I want every cell in my body, I want every nucleus, every fucking fiber of my DNA to understand we are safe to be our authentic selves, period. If death is a part of the motherfucking lane and journey, which it is, if I'm alive, duh, it's the one motherfucking thing, or one of the motherfucking things that are actually very promised to us, bitch. You're going to die. Even if it's not physical, bitch, and you Jesus out this motherfucker, you're still going to go through a myriad of ego deaths. You're going to go through a myriad of endings. You're going to go through so much that is going to cause you to either feel like you dying, bitch, or actually have the conscious death that awakens or rebirths this new lane, this new concept, this new self-concept, this new position, this new role, this new lane, this new way of being and or expression. So with that being said, it's okay to rot. It's okay to die. It's okay to end. It's okay to no longer be. as whatever such it is that may be on its way out. When it comes to authenticity, understand you're not going to be the same today as you were yesterday. You're not going to be the same in this moment as you are in the next moment. You're not going to be the same this morning or this rising as you are by tonight. You get to change, you get to flow, you get to grow, you get to contract, you get to end, you get to subside, you get to float, you get to expand, you get to any and everything. And that's really what this is about. The unconditional self-love that I talk about gives you, us, we, them, they, him, her, she, they, bitch, everything, bitch, aliens, blue, green, yellow, gray. It gives us all room to be dark, to be wicked, to be light, to be passionate, to be kind, to be slow, to be fast, to be fat, to be skinny, to be big, to be middle, to be medium, bitch. It gives us room to be all of those things without the fucking judgment. I know that sometimes we're going to judge or criticize or draw a conclusion, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that it has to end us. It doesn't mean that it has to halt or stop our progression, our journey, our expression. Sometimes we think our authentic self is not enough and won't do what's necessary to take care of us. Let me explain. Sometimes we get into this mode where we wake up and our authentic self that day, at that moment, in that time, wants to do nothing but lounge around, wants to do nothing but just sit pussy out, naked as a bitch, queefing, farting, burping, eating food, and just scrolling on TikTok. And I totally get it. I be in that mode all the time, to be honest with you. There are so many periods of my life where I'm in that exact mood, and don't ask me to do nothing because, bitch, I'm not doing it. Sometimes, some days I don't even feel like I want to shower. I still shower, but it's a prolonged shower. I take a long time just laying in the bed, and I just be like, you know what, bitch, I stink. I've been farting in these motherfucking sheets, bitch. I've been sweating. It's been hot. I live in Miami. It is what it is. But I'll wash the sheets later on. It's cool. Or maybe I won't. And I'll get back into bed and I'll say I'll wash them tomorrow. That's up to me. I'm authentically me, bitch. You don't have to be in my sheets. And if you were going to be in my sheets, trust and believe I will wash them before you come up in them, because we probably going to do something dirty and nasty anyway. That's going to fuck it up. And I don't want to have those juices with these juices when we can just have fresh juice. Amen. Fresh squeezed orange juice is my shit. Now, this is the thing. When it comes down to authenticity, you get to not be productive or in production mode at the beginning of your day, sleep until 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, taking 17 naps like a kitty cat with her pussy in the sun. And then you get to also be productive as a motherfucker the last half of the day and do all of these really cool, amazing, creative things. That's okay. See, sometimes we're trying to accomplish so much by 4 o'clock because the post office closed at that time. But the thing is this, babe, life is going to continue anyway. Send the shit tomorrow. You got a business. You were supposed to send the orders out today. You didn't get them out. Oh, your clients are going to be expecting them and it's going to come a little bit late, bitch. So does Jeff Bezos. Sometimes your Amazon order is late. Sometimes it's early. Who gives a fuck, bitch? What the fuck you gonna do? Die today or die tomorrow? If that's the case, why the fuck did you order this anyway? You get what I'm saying? So no, you're not going anywhere. You could wait an extra day. And what would you do if you're a business owner? Send a mass fucking email. Hey, bitches, this is what the fuck was going on. This was my mood. This is how the fuck I felt because I'm a real bitch, an authentic bitch, and I'm a lover of my motherfucking soul unconditionally. I let myself do what I authentically wanted to do. This responsibility that I have over this business is not more important than myself. Because if that's the case, then I am in prison. And why the fuck would I come to earth just to put myself in chains? I thought I loved myself unconditionally. Skirt. Exactly. So from there, you go ahead and you communicate. Now, it's a different thing if maybe you catering a wedding or something and you got to go ahead and make sure the food is at the venue on time or something like that. Now, that's a different story, girl. That's a different gig. That's where it's given, bitch. You better show up to that wedding on time, okay? And please have the food ready. Make sure it's hot. Make sure it's good. And make sure it's seasoned. Because, bitch, you know that's an important little day for somebody. You understand there's a lot going on. But you set yourself up for success for that. Yourself already knows the type of accountability you have for that. And yourself, again, loves you unconditionally. So it's going to respect and observe what the fuck is needed for everybody involved to be in harmony with what is of truth, with what is of love, with what is of respect, and with what is of value. Those days where you really wake up and you're like, bitch, I don't want to go to work. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. You really don't be having shit to do that's that super duper important to the point where you can't really just sit in bed till 4 o'clock in the afternoon farting, pissing, and shitting on yourself. You know what I mean? You're an adult. You've done so much surviving to get to this place in your life. Baby, cut yourself some motherfucking slack and realize that you don't have to perform for a motherfucker, especially in your life, in your path, in your reality, in your lane, when they don't run shit, when they're not paying for things. And even if they are paying for things, you're not going to give up your freedom for a couple dollars, not even for a whole bunch of dollars. We look at celebrities, bitch, who got endorsements and make millions and billions and shit, bitch, and they be looking drained, dead, and tired, and we see that they be dissatisfied and unhappy with all the money that they got. So, baby, we all understand that money is not going to be the save-all that we think it is. Sometimes we know that money does buy happiness, but sometimes, bitch, you get to happiness and realize that's not even what the fuck you was looking for. You were actually looking for peace. You were actually looking for peace within your cellular body. You were actually looking for calm within your nerves. You were actually looking for safetyness within your nervous system. You were actually looking for some sort of tranquility. You were actually looking for some sort of rejection so that way yourself can be motivated to move in the direction that yourself has been begging to go in, and begging for support from source and the universe and your ancestors and spirit guides to help you. And they knew that the one thing that gets you to move is to have a bitch try you. So you were really like, look, please bring me somebody fine as fuck to reject me. So that way they could do it so disrespectfully that, bitch, I'd never again decide that I'm not going to be in my motherfucking truth. You get what I'm saying? I want you guys to be in your authenticity so fucking bad, because I understand that the world that I look at every day that makes me want to cry, because there's people who are hurting, people who are sick, people who are tired, people who are dead and dying, who don't have to be. We can change this whole entire world. And the way that we do that is by loving ourselves unconditionally. I have created a lane for myself, and I'm not going to piss on myself by saying I did it so you can do it. No, because then that means that I'm the worst. And if I'm the worst, everybody else is the better, and that they should be able to do it because nobody's life is worse than me. I'm not going to piss on myself like that. Hell nah. I used to pee on myself till I was about 16. I'm done pissing on myself. But I am going to say, I know for a fucking fact that you were able to allow yourself to step into your authenticity, and there is a lane for you. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to say that the shit is easy, because it's not fucking easy and it's not simple. Me and a lot of my friends that I connect with and that I love on and that I get to know, even my new friends that are in my life now, and we've known each other for several months, but bitch, we've loved each other, bitch, like we've known each other for forever. We are all in this lane of doing the tough, hard work of choosing to feel our pain, feel our hurt, feel our truth deep within ourselves, and do it alone. Do it with each other. Do it with strangers. Do it with ghosts, bitch. Do it with our pets, our animals, our fur babies, and our fur friends, and our fur children. But we're doing the work. And when I tell you that it's not easy, what I'm saying is sometimes you got to do the one thing that you're afraid of, which is feeling your most hurt, your most deepest hurt by yourself. When I tell you there is nothing like being in pain in your body and you feel alone, but you don't have the courage to call someone else, because it hurts your fingers to pick up the phone to call someone. So all you could do is kind of lay in bed, sit on the couch, or be curled up in a ball on the floor, wishing and hoping and praying that somebody gives a fuck about you enough to feel you right now and to just call you or come over or use the spare key you gave them to open the door, or some magical ghost comes over and materializes and puts their hand on your chest and say, babe, exhale and breathe. There is nothing like being in pain alone. And many of us knows what that feel like, because we were those children that were CPS households, every other week, or we were those children whose parents just weren't coherent, so they weren't paying attention when we were crying, or we were those children who lived in households where we were go in a room and cry on your own, or they go put us in the room and close the door, come out when you're done with all that bullshit. I remember that lifestyle. I remember those days. I remember being that child. I remember being that teenager doing it to my little sister, because it was what the fuck I knew. Don't make it right, but it was what I knew. And myself has regretted it. Myself has hated that I participated. But what I can't say is that I'm perfect. And I'm grateful for that, because of that sentence right there. I'm not perfect. I'm connected to every one of you motherfuckers, because none of y'all bitches are perfect either. Okay? I share an amen. Period. Bust the fuck down. Now, when it comes to perfection, I want to say this. A lot of us don't want to be our authentic selves, because our authentic self is so fluid. It's so flazé-da. Our authentic selves are so natural. We really do just be blowing in the wind. We don't really have a particular regimen or a particular order of operations that is very repetitive. We may eat, piss, and shit every day. We may sleep, communicate, and create every day, but we're not doing it at the exact same time, at the exact same interval, at the exact same moment, with the exact same energy every day. No, we really do switch it up naturally each and every day. So to my bitches that are out here wanting to be in their authenticity, understand you're not going to cultivate authenticity trying to also be conventional, trying to also be traditional, trying to also be a facade. We are not beings that are naturally like robots, where we wake up at 6 every day, go to the gym, go to do this, da da da. That is so left brain, right brain, whatever side of the motherfucking brain it is, bitch. It's the masculine side, girl. It's very human, but it's not even human. Let me not say that. It's very robotic. It's very logical. It's very mental. It's analytical. It's robotic, girl. It's a robot. And we don't want to live like that. Not all of us, at least. So if you're someone who does not want to live that robotic type of lifestyle, and you're wanting to step into something a little bit more fluid, but you're also wanting to make sure that you're taken care of. You want to make sure that you're supported. You want to make sure that you're loved on. You want to make sure that you are secure and all those things. Understand that this is where you're going to learn that a lot of the things in your life that are going to give you reason and purpose to feel those things, it's going to be simply because of you. It's not going to be because of things. It's not going to be because of some external material fruition, manifestation, fucking weird ass shit. It's going to literally just be yourself has faith. The end. I know that I'm good because I have faith. I know I'm secure because I have faith. I know that I'm stable because I have faith. I'm not stable because I've been living in the same house for 40 years. I'm not secure because I got 40,000 in the checking and 26,000 in the savings. And then I also got an IRA somewhere, and then I also have 70 million worth of stocks in Apple. No, that's not real security, because the moment all that shit crumbles, you have nothing. So there's actually no foundation you have that you're in control of. There's one thing you can actually control, and that's how you feel about you. That's how you feel at all. On the inside of you, you're able to say, bitch, I feel safe and secure because that's how I desire to feel. And at the end of the day, my desires fucking matter. And I have faith because I want to feel faithful to myself and trust in myself and my capability to have me covered. That's where my security comes from. That's where my confidence comes from. That's where my fucking audacity comes from. It's not because I have long hair or I'm pretty or I have this shade of skin or because I have these type of friends or because I have this job or because I know these people or because I have these material possessions or because I have these name brands or I have these deals or I have these awards or these accolades or this recognition or I know this amount of people or I have this amount of followers. No, I'm legit and I'm real and I'm secure and I'm stable and I'm all those things because I have declared myself as such. That's how I label me. That's how I view me. That's how I see me. That's what I believe about me. That's what I choose to possess within me. That's what I conjure up out of me. And that's just the end of the fucking sentence. And so when you get to that place where your ingredients comes from your own grocery store, when your ingredients comes from your own crops, bitch, that's a different level of motherfucking balls, bitch. That's a big heavy set of scrotums, bitch. That's a big old horse pee, honey. Okay? Like, it's a different set of equipment. And I want you to have the equipment that actually supports you in maintaining the foundation in the household, the physical body, the vessel, the vehicle that you have chosen. And so we're going to talk more about this as the season continues. But I just really had some stuff on my heart today that I wanted to share with the people about in the community, and the folks, and the girls, and the thems, and the gays, and the grays. I just really wanted to share with us, you know, godly beings, us goddesses, and gods too, that authenticity is very important. Self-love, unconditional self-love is very important. Love is very important. And you already have it. So, baby, have that shit like you motherfucking mean it. Oh, and before I forget, I also want to say this. It is not necessary in life for you to be the same every day and have some sort of strict, restrictive, limited, binding regimen every day in order for yourself to change. I know that there are 75-day challenges. There are all these different types of workouts and routines where they tell you every day wake up at 5, every day eat by 2, every day have lunch by 6, every day go to sleep by 9, and this is going to change your world and you're going to be phenomenal afterwards. That might work for one or two individuals. That might work for a whole collection of people, but I want you to understand that it may not work for you. And if it does not work for you, it does not mean that there is an issue or a problem with you. I want to tell you that I live and work and function in a way that is so fluid, so authentic, and so fucking divinely orchestrated that there are times I'm writing a fucking book and I'm in that fucking book for 2 months and I'm writing the fuck out that book. I don't touch the fucking book for 9 motherfucking months. Naturally, and then come back to the book 9.5 months later, bitch, because I spent a half of a month, bitch, reading the book to see what the fuck I was talking about, only to realize that everything I wrote about was actually preparing me for the journey I went on for those 9 months I didn't write. So now I can update the information because really what I wrote was just an outline, bitch. Now I could really dive into the fucking material, bitch, and get in between the lines. And then now that little tiny brochure of a book is now a motherfucking series, bitch. It's a motherfucking program, bitch, and it's a goddamn course. And now on top of which I also have the inspiration and motivation to really record and dive further into the shit because I know what the fuck I'm talking about, because I went to go live a journey. Sometimes we get these ideas, these urges, and these motherfucking inspirations, bitch, and we be wanting the motivation to finish the whole thing in 2 or 3 days, bitch, because we like instant gratification so much because it's so goddamn delicious. That's why all of us be fucking so much and always doing this weird shit, bitch. You bitch, anyway, smoking weed, having shrooms, bitch. We all love instant gratification. We want shit to change right the fuck now. But what's so crazy is that we be wanting instant gratification so fucking bad, but don't do the one thing that will grant us that, which is, bitch, get over your mama being mean to you. Get over your daddy not being around. Get over your grandparents being mean to your parents, which is why the fuck your parents were rude as hell to you and treated you like shit when they really didn't want to. Get over the fact that your family is who they are and where they come from and y'all have, which I have. Get over the fact that your ancestors let people take them off of a land. Get over the fact that your ancestors were selling each other and giving each other away to some white devils, bitch, just because they thought they wasn't gonna get snatched up in the end too. Get over the fact that some motherfuckers really think they got power over you, so they lied to you, and then you believe they lies even though you can trust your intuitions, but you don't decide to trust your intuition. Get over the fact that you have not forgiven your motherfucking self yet for the fact that you didn't decide to trust yourself sooner. Get over the fact that you have not yet forgiven yourself, but you could forgive yourself, but you still thinking about how bad you feel because you didn't forgive yourself yet for the fact that you let that motherfucker put his hands on you more than once when you should have fucked him up the first motherfucking time he even raised his motherfucking voice to a goddess, bitch. Get over all that shit, because harboring and holding on to all of those unprocessed emotions, bitch, from those shitty boo-boo ass experiences, it's really what's holding you back from being able to have such rapid transformations right the fuck now. It's what's keeping people in the doctor's office at motherfucking Aida, bitch, and keeping you at Cedars-Sinai when you could really be at home healing your motherfucking self, bitch. Drinking a glass of water, girl, taking a piss, taking a shit, taking a little nap, waking up, bitch, and look, you brand new, bitch. Okay? A lot of us grew up with grandparents that would say, baby, drink this ginger ale and have a nap. And we'll wake up and feel good as a motherfucker. And we're like, damn, why was that really healing a lot of us? Because what we didn't realize that our grandparents loved the fuck out of us OD. So while we were asleep, bitch, they were burning in incense, smudging the motherfucking house, bitch, and just speaking over us with love. My baby gonna be all right when they wake up. I said what the fuck I said. They declared some motherfucking shit and affirmed it in their spirit with their actions and with how the fuck they felt. Okay, talk about it. The difference between a declaration and an affirmation. The declaration, bitch, is something that you gonna say. The affirmation, bitch, is how the fuck you act. Talk the fuck about it. And so when I say to you that you do not need to be the same every goddamn day to accomplish the goals in life that you want to accomplish, you don't need to be the same every motherfucking day. I need you to understand that you do not need to start the business today, have the business done and the LSC completed by the end of the year so you could then be successful for the rest of your life, and that's how you're going to build the generational wealth. No, bitch. You got to realize that things are not as linear as we as humans try to make them to be. We are not as in as much control as an ego as we like to be, and I'm glad for that, because being in my divinity has really taught me that there is so much curvature, so many twists and turns, ups and downs, bitch, ins and outs and diagonals too, bitch. There are so many wraps arounds and wraps aroos that are in this life experience that are required and necessary for us to really truly grasp the depth of our own consciousness, the depth of our capabilities, the depth of possibilities. And so a lot of the things that we're wanting to create, I feel like the reason why we may not even build buildings like we used to build churches in the 1300s, bitch, is yes, it's the technology, but we have that technology. It's the fact that we don't have patience. We're trying to do shit way too motherfucking quick. And it's not necessary. We all afraid to die early and shit, bitch. And it's not really that serious, boo-boo. It's really not. A lot of us wouldn't even be dying as quick if we weren't so fucking stressed out any goddamn way. So it really just gives the stuff that you want to accomplish and you want to do in life. Let your divinity fucking lead you. Love yourself so unconditionally that you trust that inside of you, if you have the urge, the inspiration, the idea, the encouragement, and the nudge from your spirit, it's supposed to be so. It's ordained by that which is above your ego consciousness. So baby, go ahead and trust that you have it regardless. And whether you experience it this year, next year, or 40 years from now, take the fucking journey and enjoy the bitch and call it a day. Because you don't know who you're going to meet, how many folks you're going to connect with, who you going to learn from, what you going to learn, what you going to teach, who you going to become, what you got to acquire, what you got to grow, what you need to release, what you may have to heal from, what you get to cure. Bitch, there's so much like. So my dear, sweet, darling child, relax. Take a chill pill. Sit back, have a ciggy cig, smoky smokes. Drink this real good, crisp, cold Pinot Grigio and let the shit play out. Be a passenger, princess.